Okay, Occupy the Hood is here at 6627 Norwich Avenue in Van Nuys at the home of Bertha Herrera. She is a 64-year-old homeowner. She happens to be a volunteer chaplain at hospitals. She's a retired social worker. In other words, she's someone who's contributed to our community for many, many years. After many years of 31 years of living in this home, she suddenly was subjected to manipulation of her mortgage rewrite. She applied to the financial company that held the mortgage on her home for a rewrite because the house was underwater. They supposedly allowed her into a rewrite program, and suddenly, for the first time in 31 years, her payments were showing up as being in arrears. They were sending her all kinds of nonsensical documents in the mail to the effect that they were going to sell her house off. And before she knew it, and while she was ill, they in fact did sell her house off to another banking interest. Even though her case went to court, lawyers who she had paid to represent her did not represent her, and not a single word was submitted to the court in her defense. So the house was actually awarded to the bank that was buying it from the previous mortgage entity by default. So, you know, we're here to stand with her. Ms. Herrera was locked out of her home about 2.5 weeks ago. We are here to help her to move her personal effects, but our struggle over her own ownership issues and with the courts and with the bank continues. We're committed to following her case through down the line until we get her restored into her home of 32 years. And so we're here to help her to move her effects today. Hopefully we'll get a chance also to talk with some of her neighbors. We have gone door to door in this neighborhood before during the week in which they evicted her from her home. There was a home 2 doors down, the greenhouse, in which the family there was also dispossessed of their home months ago. I think it's about 4 or 5 months ago. And when you look in the windows, you see that all their personal effects are still locked in that house. The bank put a padlock on that house, and they cannot go back in to collect their personal effects. And they perhaps were in a financial fix where they couldn't afford to put their things in storage. The children's toys, I believe it was a family with 2 or 3 kids, their toys are still piled up in their room. The living room and dining room furniture is still there. You would think that it's an inhabited house, but it's a foreclosed home in this very nice neighborhood in Van Nuys. And from our door knocking experience, there seem to be at least half a dozen cases right here on this block of families who either were foreclosed on already or are moving in that direction. So we want to get back with her neighbors, talk to them, and see who else has struggles going on. But we believe that Bertha Herrera has a very good case. We're hoping to get her a review of the court decision and a reversal of that decision to restore her home back into her hands. So that's why we're here today. We will continue to lend her support as long as she needs it.
Thank you.